So, I'm a physician. So my physician salary is already, somewhere up there. Pretty cool, all that, especially when you get senior. But then, there is something to be said to make a lot of money by doing the wrong thing. I mean, I knew at the end of the day that what I was doing to make this huge amount of money was just wrong. And I'm coming home, I'm looking in a mirror, and I'm looking at someone that is really not me. And so the money is really not it's not the thing, at least if you have enough of it. So then I decided just to leave the hospital because it just was not my world anymore. I mean, I had so many discussions with Gary about this, and he said, I don't understand how you can do this. And first I said, well, it's easy, I'm busy all day long, I do good things and all that. But he said, but look at this. Where are you curing the cause? I mean, I see bandages left and right, but I see very few doing the cause. And so the money part, I was never, I'm capitalist, I'm Switzerland, right? So, but that's where I was born. We love money. You need to have money to give money. There's no doubt about it. So I want nobody in the world to be ashamed of earning any money, especially of earning a lot of money. But I want them to be ashamed if they use that lot of money for the wrong purposes, right? So money is here to give back also. I mean, make sure you're doing okay. If you want a nice house, that's fine too, but start giving back. So here I am, and within one day, I decide to go into pension, and my huge paycheck with all the golden handcuffs that, they were throwing more after it and more after it, is gone. And so my wife and I said, okay, we're going to change our life drastically. We're going to start doing Young Living. So of course we cancel newspapers, TV channels. What it is, save a little money because I'm not driving every day to work and back and forth. But then, I'm out there. If I do something, I'm doing like 5,000%. Gary and I like just brothers from other mothers. We were just the same way. So here I am in my first month signing about 30, 40 people up, which means I had a $1,000 check that first month, and it meant the world to me because just stopping from a good salary, worry-free life, jumping into this cold water of not knowing what's coming, and then you get your first check. And then I understand for most people it's $50 or $100, but I came from a little different level of earnings, and so I know what you mean. It just means the world to you because now you're going to have electricity for the next months, and you have food and all that. And early in my career, we started very poor, my wife and I. There were days where we used the money just to feed the kids, and we were just, maybe a soup or whatever was left from the kids, baby food. We know how it is. So I'm not ridiculing anyone that doesn't have money. I've been there, I know how you do. And if somebody wants to sign up and doesn't have the money, I get it. And, I have oils everywhere, so I just give them the oil or whatever it is. But having this first little few $100 check is life-changing. And then, you look around the MLMs and they'll say, oh, I have the Ferrari, I have this huge villa, and I go on vacation on Bora Bora, and you're going to be a millionaire in 2 days. And no, that's just all a lie. It just doesn't happen. It's hard work. You treat a business like Young Living as a hobby, you will be paid like a hobby. You work 1 hour a week, it's going to get maybe $10, right? It's an hourly wage. You do full time like what we do, you just go after it and you don't give up. And every no is like 3 other yeses on another corner. That's where you get to the diamond ranks and you go up. And this is what you do. So, but it doesn't start with the diamond salary. We and every Royal Crown Diamond in this company has started as a zero. And the first check was important for everybody. And when you reach your first $1,000 check, that's a huge, huge difference because now electricity, maybe you can again get your newspaper and your TV channel going and all that. It is significant. And from then on, I know it fluctuates always up and down, but you look at the long term, it goes up. And when you're at the $1,000 level, something happens in your head. You start realizing that if you put a little bit more work into it, that $1,000 becomes $2,000, $3,000. Now you're a thousandaire, right? And when you go this route over years, over months, some people did it in months. I don't know how they did it. They're just geniuses, right? But the normal you and I, we do this over time, but it will accelerate because your team starts growing. And then if you do something that is duplicable, like other people. Like, don't clean your house, don't hide your kids in the closet and your dogs. Just everything chaos, because everybody else's home is chaos. So they need to know that they can do the same thing like you do when you have chaos go around you, right? And we even started, like, I hate talking about on notes. I want to talk the way I talk. But then I realized people don't do that normally, because I'm trained for my whole life to do this, just talking off the heart. So I had to force myself to make a few bullet points and read them. And people then suddenly said, oh, I can do that. I can become a thousandaire by just reading a little paragraph, a script. I can do that. And the moment that clicked in my head, and my wife did the same thing, suddenly we started growing. And then the thousandaire became a 10,000aire, and it went on. And so people, just go there, just become the thousandaire, because, or even the hunderdaire, or even the dozenaire, I don't care. It starts for all of us at zero. And you are the same like we are. And if you go in and you put the work in, it's gonna happen. There's just no doubt of it.